Ranking the best users in Madden 24. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 10 user defenders in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. And that's going to bring us to our number 10 spot right here. And at my number 10 spot, I always have a spot for linebackers. And at my number 10 spot, I always have a spot for regular linebackers. And I think the best one to user is going to go ahead and be Ray Lewis right here, one of the legends. Ray Lewis is 6'1", 87 speed, 85 acceleration, 85 agility, 89 change of direction. The reason he's here over Teo for me, he had a lot better agility and change of direction. And when we look at users, right, it's really only about the physical stats. And I think it is nice to have like some block shed, some impact blocking as well, but pretty much everything else is all what you do. You know, it's all based on what you do with him as your user. You know what I'm saying? And also when we take a look at his abilities right here, in order for linebackers to really be effective as well, I think they need that lurker ability, and he can go ahead and get that. So he could animate like a safety. And yeah, I think Ray Lewis is your bet if you want to use our regular linebackers. Now at my number 9 spot right here, I'm gonna have Ed Reed. Now Ed Reed is a little bit shorter. He's 5'11", and I could see the arguments for people like even some lower overalls like Lewis Seen, Tyson Anderson over this Ed Reed card as a pure user. He is a little bit faster than them with 87 speed, but again, that 5'11" height is not really that great, but he does have really good physical stats, and I think he slightly edges them out right there with 88 acceleration, 85 agility, and 89 change of direction as well. And when we look at his other stats, he also has some pretty decent block shed and impact blocking too, so he can play in the box effectively. And finally, from an ability standpoint, I really like to be able to get pick artists on my user. I don't know about y'all, but I have a really bad habit of just either pressing Y or triangle multiple times throughout the play or just holding it throughout the play. So having pick artists on the user kind of bails me out a little bit when I do that. You don't really need lurker on a safety because it's not really going to help them animate. It helps linebackers way more. And yeah, I would just rock the pick artist on the user. At number 8 right here, I'm going to have Cameron Curl. This was a card I think the last time I did this was my number 1 choice. And for a while, I think he was best user in the game. Now he's dropped all the way to 8. But again, he's 6'1", this time 85 speed, 88 accelerations. He is a little bit taller than Ed Reed, also a little bit worse physical stats wise with 80 agility, 81 change of direction. If we take a look at his block shed, impact blocking, it also isn't there either, but I like his height a little bit more than Ed Reed. Again, I could see flip-flopping them if you do want to go ahead and do that. Also, Cam Curl this time does not get that pick artist ability. I also think Ed Reed's value is as a coverage player. I don't really think it comes with the user. So that's why Cam Curl is also ahead of him, because I'd rather user Cam Curl and play Ed Reed in coverage. And at number 7 right here, I'm going to have Jessie Bates. This is another card that I think is more effective as a coverage player, but he is a pretty decent user as well. This time again, 6'1" height, 87 speed, 86 acceleration with 84 agility, 87 change of direction. And this time though, he can hit the zone threshold with the Sean McDermott coach item, get that +1 zone, get it up to 90. And then again, he's perfect in a zone-based defense. Now, if you do run man coverage and you want to use this card, that's when I think he's more important as a user. Also, no block shed, no impact blocking. Like 39 block shed is really, really bad. So he may very well get 8 up in the run game. Also, from an ability standpoint as well, he does not get that pick artist ability. The reason why he's ahead of everyone so far is because he just has a good mixture of height and physical stats. But again, I don't think he's anywhere near like the best user in the game. I think he is way more effective as a coverage player than he is a user. Now at number 6 right here, we're gonna have Ronnie Hickman, preseason team of the week card with 86 speed, 89 acceleration this time, 84 agility, 85 change of direction. This time again, he's 6'1", so he has really good physical stats, pretty good height as well. Best mixture of height and physical stats we covered so far. Also 88 zone coverage. You can't really get that up to 90 unless you don't want to run the green zone strat card for corners, which I would rather do that than boost my safeties. He could be 89 zone coverage with that Sean McDermott coach item. This time decent block shed and impact blocking, 77 block shed, 73 impact blocking. And from an ability standpoint though, again, really doesn't get anything great. This is a card that I do think is a better user than Jessie Bates, because again, Jessie Bates I think is a lot better in coverage, and I'd rather user Ronnie Hickman and have Jessie Bates play cover than vice versa. And that's also why at number 5, I'm gonna have Jason Pinnock right here. I am a big fan of this 85 overall team of the week card, currently going for like 100K. If you need a somewhat budget free safety, I know it's not necessarily everyone's definition of budget, but he is just overall a really good card, whether you want to user him or man or zone based defense, he can be effective. Now he has 86 speed, 88 acceleration, 82 agility, 84 change of direction. So yeah, I just really like these physical stats. And again, he's 6'1". So the drop off from Ronnie Hickman to him really isn't much from a user standpoint, but the man in zone is a drop off, and the block shed impact blocking is too. I think Hickman though is a better coverage player, and you're not really losing that much coverage when you user him. So that's why I think he's a little bit more valuable as a user. Once again though, cannot get any great abilities like that pick artist. At number 4 right here, I'm gonna have Polamalu. Amazing physical stats. I just think there's 2 reasons why he is not higher for me, and the first one's gonna be 5'10" height. It's kind of like Ed Reed. He's just a little bit too short in my opinion. I know he can animate crazy, I know. 89 speed, 87 acceleration, 86 agility, 91 change of direction. These are absurdly good physical stats. But also my second point of why he's not like higher for me is his man and zone both hitting 90. He is one of the best hybrid coverage players in the game, period. He's probably one of the best corners in the game as well. And I just think that's where his value really lies. I think he's a really good user still, but I think his value just is in the coverage game. And also has pretty good block shed, pretty good impact blocking as well. 82 block shed, 78 impact blocking. This time has that big hitter trait on yes. And when we take a look at his abilities, he can go ahead and get that pick artist ability. And yeah, once again, just don't really love his height. And also he's just so good from a coverage standpoint. I'd rather play him there than user him. At number 3 right here, we are going to have Chancellor. Overall, I think Chancellor, if you user him, I think it's just your best bet for not losing anything from a coverage standpoint. Now he has 87 speed, 85 acceleration, 84 agility, 85 change of direction, this time 6'3" height. One of the more taller players in the game. Also 87 zone coverage. Really tough to get that up to 90. So again, in a zone-based defense, you're not really losing any coverage by usering him. Also 70 man coverage, and man-based scheme, he kind of sucks unless you user him. And he has amazing block shed, amazing impact blocking as well. Big hitter trait on yes. And finally, from an ability standpoint, he can't go ahead and get that pick artist ability. So again, I just think he has a really good argument of just, yeah, the reason you user him, you're not losing anything on defense. At number 2 for me though, I'm gonna have Shawn Taylor. He's 6'2", 88 speed, 87 acceleration, 88 agility, and 86 change of direction. Love that physical stats, love the height. I think he's a great user in a man defense. However, in a zone-based defense, I think his 90 zone coverage with these physical stats, that height, is just too good not to just play like at a top safety spot or at a sub linebacker spot instead of your user. But in a man-based defense, he literally has to be his user. I still can't believe they only gave him 55 man coverage. Also has really good block shed, pretty good impact blocking as well. Big hitter trait on yes. And finally, of course, he can get that pick artist ability. At number 1 right here, it's Isaiah Simmons, and I don't really even think it's close. Now, Isaiah Simmons, I think the argument for not using him is how good he is in coverage as well. But he's 6'4", 88 speed, 87 acceleration, 88 agility with 83 change of direction. And this time though, hits 85 man, 85 zone. That is the threshold on all Madden. So he's a great man defender, great zone defender, great hybrid defender. Also has really high impact blocking. The block shed's lower, but with that impact blocking being high, I think he can still like run through blocks and make plays. No big hitter trait on yes. And finally, of course, he can get that pick artist ability for your user. But yeah, y'all, this has been my top 10 users in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Who did I snub off this list? Also, if you disagree with any of the rankings, you think someone should be higher, you think someone should be lower, let me know down below in the comments. Now, if you did enjoy this video though, you enjoy content like it, want to stay up to date with the best cards in Madden, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I upload videos just like this every single day. Also, we get gameplays on all the new cards as well, so you guys can see the cards that I really hype up in action. Also, if you want to see me play live, make sure to check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. We have been grinding the streams over there, so I would greatly appreciate that. Now, if you don't feel like heading over to Twitch and you want another video to watch, check this one out right here. This was the best offense in Madden 24.